guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So for Shabby Saturday today, I thought we would make some lovely little sort of like dingly danglies, embellishments. This is for my Christmas tree. I thought I would start making some Christmas decorations. I am just loving it. Now I've seen this sort of like style of sort of tree decoration on Pinterest for years, and I thought I would love to give that a go, but I could never find these little tartlet trays, and I could only find really sort of like I couldn't find any sort of like vintagey ones, just the shiny new ones in the last few weeks. So I thought I would shabby it up and vintage it myself and then shabby it up. So that's what I did. But look at that, isn't that lovely? I don't know whether you guys have already made some of these before, but I've decorated the back on here. I've got some little dingly danglies, and I've just embellished the inside as well. And I just thought I'd put some beads on there. Look at those lovely beads and a little bit of ribbon to make it look shabby, and I think it's just beautiful. Now I've only got 6 of these, so I'm going to show you how to do one today, because I've only distressed and tarnished 2 more just to see how it would go. So if we've got time, I'll make one of these. Now this is another sort of dingly dangly as well, and I just thought this would be quite nice actually, even on a jacket. But I didn't intend it to be like that. These, I wanted it to go on, I was just making this bit because I thought it would make a lovely little corner for a shabby journal. And then of course I got some more beads out and some chain, and I just added a little bit more, and then it turned into a little dingly dangly. So I just think that's beautiful. And then I did this one as well, and then I popped, these are those little flowers that I made, and I've just squeezed them in around a piece of chain. Not squeezed them, is a wrong sort of word, isn't it? I've sort of like glued them to a piece of chain, so when they flip round it's the same either side. And look at that, that is just beautiful. And I've used some of my little shrink plastic flowers on there as well. But I just think this is going to go up on my lovely shabby pin board, because I think they're just beautiful. So I'm going to start off with this one. I'm going to just put those over there out of the way and pop that one to the side. What I started with was these. Now I got 6 in a pack. I can't remember, they were less than €3 for 6, I believe, but they're shiny, awfully shiny. And I sort of distressed it a little bit, so you can see it's dulled it down. You've got a little bit of rusty bits in there like that. And the way I did it, I just popped it into a bowl of vinegar and salt, mixed it in together. I just put a couple of spoonfuls of salt in and vinegar, so it's not, I didn't really measure it, and I just left them overnight. This is the first one I did, because I just did one to start with, and this was quite dark. This one wasn't in there as long, so you can see you know, the difference. So just leave them in there if you want to leave them overnight. I'm going to pop these 3 in there overnight. Now the vinegar that I used was just a really cheap bottle of cleaning vinegar. It was not even €1, I don't think, and it sort of comes in like a litre bottle, and I just put so much in a bowl sort of like this big, just so you can cover these up. And then I just, well, I put the salt in first and the vinegar, mixed it all together, and just pop those in overnight. So super simple, and there's no, you know, you have probably got vinegar and salt in your house anyway. So really simple. And the reason as well I made these little ones is because if you didn't have any of these, you might have some of these. So I'll show you, if we've got time, we'll make some of those, which are the little corners for, little page corners, aren't they? Like this, that's what I used. I just decorated those. So you might have some of those in your stash somewhere. So I'm going to decorate some of those in a minute. So let's stop yakkering and get on. I'm going to use some chain. So this is just some crystal chain, which I just adore. I've got all of my beads here. Look, I've got boxes and boxes and boxes. I don't know whether you can see that. So I have been having so much fun this morning, playing about, making a mess, lots of beads. Oh, I've got all of these. I'm going to take, what did I do with the other one? This one. I'm just going to pop these in here, because these are all little dingly dangly bits that I've made, or that I've had. So I just pulled all those out. I also made this as well. This was from some broken jewellery, but it's got like a little, I don't know whether you can hear that, it's got like a little bell in it. It's silver plate because it's sort of like coming off, but it's just beautiful. So I thought I'd add some little crystals on there, and I thought I'd just hang that somewhere. So I thought that was really, really pretty, so I like that. I'm not sure whether this was my mum's or not, because she had a round one. We both had round ones with bells in it, but I'm not 100% sure whether that was mum's or not, but I'm going to keep it like that anyway. Little bow. I've made some little bows with my bow maker. This is some ribbon that I coloured. It's just a sort of like organza ribbon, and I just thought it was a really nice shabby pink colour, which is lovely. I'm doing it on this black, so I'm hoping that you'll be able to see it a little bit better as well. Plus I need it because I want to make some holes in here. So starting with this, I'm going to make a hole in the top and then 2 holes either side. Now the best way to do that, these are quite, you know, they're not hard. I just got my awl, and I'm going to just pop that in there and then push down. I've got this foamy thing underneath, but make sure you, if you're going to do this, don't do it right onto your table. You want to put, maybe you've got an old towel or something you can pop down, or some newspaper. So I'm just pushing that. It's got to be a bit of brute force in there, but it does go through. Okay, so I'm just going to take that. You don't need a gigantus hole, just enough to hang it up like that, so you can see my little awl is coming through. Now be careful because this is metal, so just get your pliers and just push that down like that. Don't stick your fingers on there because you'll cut yourself. Let's just go through that way. So I've got a little hole, just a little hole in there. It's very sort of, I'm not sure what these are made out of. And then I'm going to do one this side and one this side. Now the one I did in the middle was really, really hard because it's on the middle one. It's sort of like on a little bump there. So I'm going to actually do that one first. I don't know whether I'll be able to do it like this. Let's just wiggle it and wiggle it. If you've got like a little drill, that would probably work as well. I might have to just put this on the edge of my table to make a hole in this. I don't want to bend it too much, and do be careful. Oh, I think am I through? Do be careful with your fingers. It's probably better to sort of do it on the edge of a table. The last one, the one I did before, I did that. I put that and then I put it on the edge of my table, and I could sort of like do it better, but I do have a little hole in there now. I'm just going to flatten that down like that. Yeah, I've seen these sort of thing on Pinterest for years, and I thought I must give that a go, and today's the day. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go right on this one, so that's the 4th one over, so that's the middle. So I'm going to just do the same again in here. Just push that. You just need something quite sharp. Let's just pop that in there. There we go. Now they do have different shape ones of these in the shop as well. So I think I might go and pick up some more because I just love them. I think I'm going to have like a bit of an eclectic tree this year. Because I was away. We went to my daughter's last year, so I didn't get to decorate. So this year I thought we would have a nice sort of eclectic-y tree. I normally go for sort of, you know, matching colours and things like that, but this year I'm going to go for whatever goes, I think, and see how that is. And I normally have sort of white lights on the tree, but I'm going to put coloured ones on this year. I'm going to have some nice coloured lights and lots of eclectic-y things I'm going to make. I'm going to make all of these and hang all of these on the tree and everything. Right, so there we go. So this has got that shape. So obviously this is the top. Got two little, so I've got 4 holes in there now. So that was pretty simple. Now I've glued these on, and I've used this, the B7000, and I love this glue. It's just fab. If you've got sort of like, you know, if you're quite sensitive to smells, this does smell, so you need to sort of like wear a mask or something like that, or make sure you've got your window open, because it is a bit smelly. Well, I'm going to come in just a little bit like that, just so you can see what I'm doing. I don't want to go too close. Sometimes I think I go a little bit too close. I'm going to glue this around this here. So I'm not going to cut that off because I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to use. So I'm just going to take this and just pop some glue around here. Now this takes, I would probably leave mine overnight to dry properly, but you know, it doesn't take long to go sticky and stay in place. These as well, I'm going to use these. Now these are my tweezers from Journal Say. I did an unboxing this week. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday the video went on. Oh, I love them, but because you squeeze them in, I'm doing it the opposite, so I keep letting everything go. But they are really, really good. Because I get through quite a few tweezers, I'm really sort of a little bit careless with my tweezers. So I'm just going to stick this around. Just twist it like that. Pop these in. Like that. Then I'm just going to, I don't glue right to the end because I want to sort of make sure I cut it off at the right place. So let's see, will that be it? Because they sort of like squeeze up. Let's cut that little bit off. They sort of, see, I'm squeezing them, I don't need to squeeze them. There we go. Let's just, because you normally squeeze them to hold things, don't you? So let's just push those. Can you see it's pretty sticky already and stuck down? Take that bit away, and I'm going to just add a little bit more glue. Hope you can see it's a little bit reflective today. Pop a little bit of glue in there. Then move that up. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. There we are, look at that. So we've got a lovely little bit. And I think the more, I know I'm pretty blingy at the moment, I love all my shiny bits, but I think with the tree lights and everything, it just makes it look really sparkly, doesn't it? Now the other thing I should have got out, oh, I think it's here. No, it's here. Got all my little gems and bits. Look at this one, look at that. That's very pretty, isn't it? Look at that, isn't that lovely? So I just thought I might just pop that in there, like that, in the middle. Nice and simple. I'm not sure. I might be able to fit a few little gems around the outside, but some little ones, but I think that's going to look pretty good in the middle. So just a little bit of glue on the back of here. Like that. Pop that on, and then we'll pop that in the middle. That will harden just a little bit, and I think I might just add, do we need it? Or maybe not, I don't think I do. So that's the middle bit. Super quick, super simple. These all these little gems and stuff I got from Temu. So do have a little peek at their stuff, their gems and things like that. Fabulous. Right, now I'm going to just add little bits to the top and the bottom. So this is how I'm going to measure. Like that. Take a little bit. See, this glue holds it. It's not completely dry, but it holds it in place, so you don't have to worry about it shifting about everywhere. So a little bit of glue in there. Take this and then just drop that on. Like that. Perfect. So lots of people put little pictures inside as well. So you can have pictures in there, you can put anything in them. But I just love all this crystally stuff. Right, so where the holes are, I'm just going to add a little bit more to this side. Measure that, so that can be, what do you reckon? There, I think that's about right. Snip that off. So it's going to be the same the other side, so I'm going to just put those together and cut them. So guys, do you use these crystals as well in your work? Because they are just beautiful. I love this crystal chain. Okay. I do have some pink. I do have other colours, but I tend to just go for the nice clear or the AB. The AB one is pretty as well. Okay. Put that on. Oh, I'm going to make sure I don't get glue on these. See, I forget to open them up. It's going to take me a bit to figure these out or get into the habit of doing that. Push that right down because you need to see that little hole, because we're going to dingle dangle stuff off there, aren't we? A little bit of glue down through there. Pop that on. Push that down. There we go. Just to cover that hole. So look at that. See how pretty it's looking already. Just with a little bit of bling. Now we need to go into the middle one. So where do you reckon the middle one is? This one, I think, isn't it? Oops. So we will do that one. There we go. Cut another piece. It's not easy to count these either. So I try and sort of line them up and cut. Oops, oops. There we go, I think that was it. This way, wasn't it? So we need to go 1, 2, 3. I think this one, 1, 2, 3. Is that right? Yep, this one is the middle one. Like that. I'm not quite sure. You could probably use a bit of super glue to glue these down if you didn't have the B7000. Or you might have the E6000 as well, but the tubes on the E6000 I find them really difficult to use because they don't have the little end. Well, I think you can get the end, but they sort of, it's the tube. The tube is metal, and I find it really hard to squeeze out the glue on those unless they've changed the packaging now. Push that in. There we go. And then what I did on the other one, I just did down either side of where that little hole was. So let's just quickly do that one. Down through there. Chop that off, there we go. Like that. These are nice pliers as well because they've got that tiny little tip that cuts really nicely. Push these up. Chop that there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Did I put the glue? No, I didn't. So guys, how do you tarnish your metal? Do you tarnish metal to make things? Because just the vinegar and the salt worked really, really well. Probably could have left them in there for a little bit longer, but I wanted to use them, so I was a little bit impatient. It will probably go a little bit rustier and darker, I expect. I left them a little bit longer. There we go. Super. Look at that. Isn't that just pretty? Oops. There we go. Am I a bit close? Not really, am I? So that's that one. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to cut some chain, and I've got these. This one isn't one of the little ones that I made. This is one that I bought, but then I remembered I had my little ones that I made, because this was already made, this little dangly dangly. So I'm going to use now some silvery chain like this. So I'm going to just eyeball that, so roughly like that. Chop that off, and then some little jump rings. I'm going to have to sort of stock up on some of my jump rings, I think, because I get through so many. Oops. Let's just, look, I've got glue all over my fingers. Open that up. Clip that onto the end, like that, and then just through that little hole like that, if I can. And get my other pliers. I've got my ring to do the little jump rings with, but I found it easier to use the pliers to do this, because there wasn't sort of much gap. Do you think that's going to be too big? Big enough? That'll be fine. They all don't have to look the same, because we are all handmade, aren't we? If you want them all the same chain, then just measure your chain. But I'm really not worried. I'm going to try and get that through that hole now. Let's just go this way. Oh look, I've just lost the chain. There we go. Pop that on there. Perfect. So you need 2 pairs of hands, 10 pairs of hands to do things like this sometimes, don't you? Okay, so that's our little dingly dangly bit. Now the hard bit is now finding the middle. So let's just put the lid on this so it doesn't dry up. Gosh, I can see the end. There we go. Okay, another jump ring. There it is. I'm going to do that. I'm going to eyeball this myself, so I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to see this. Just going to see if I can find the middle and pop that through. I think that sort of looks like the middle. You hold it down and dangle it down, you'll sort of see the middle bit. Can you see? That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Oh, am I going too close? Okay, lovely, lovely. I do like that. I think it's so pretty. This one's got a little bit more bling in it. But then again, we don't want them all the same, do we? Now I've got lots of lovely yummy little bits in here. So what should we hang of it? Should we hang one of these off? These are my little ones that I made. Look at that. Isn't that just so pretty? And they got that lovely sort of shabby pink. And we've got this one. That was not quite long enough. This one's a little bit longer, I think. Where's my jump rings gone? Let me go. Oh no, I don't need a jump ring, do I? Don't need a jump ring because we need to attach it to this jump ring. So let's just open this back out again. Should have done this first, shouldn't I? Let's open, just twist that. We want to put it so it's on the front, but my pliers are too close. There we go. Let's just pop that on there. Don't take very long to make either. Look at that. That little dingly danglies down. Oh, just so pretty. Just so pretty. Right, what else did I do on here? There's that one. We want to make the little top bit. I'll show you how I attach the ribbon as well, actually. Let's put that on there because we need to get one of these, which is a little it's one of the little pins with a little loop pins. So I put one of those. I had a bead. What beads shall I use? Could probably do with just a clear one. Unless I use, I've got so many beads everywhere. These I've got some clear ones and I've got some pink ones in there. I'm going to put the bead on like that. I'm going to take this little bow, which I made, a little scruffy. I'm not really bothered which way round it goes. I made this on my little bow maker. I'm going to take my awl again. Now mind your fingers. You want to go push up, make a hole through your little knot. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my fingers together and just push that through like that. Can you see? It's not fabulous one, that one. Try and get as equally as you can. So push that. No, that's not going to work. I'm going to go through there again. Try and go through that knot. Push that all the way through. My gosh, I'm not doing a very good job. Push that through like that. That will be fine. Right, so now we've got a hole through our little knot. So pull that out gently because we want to stick this piece of wire through that hole like that. And that is what's going to hold your bow on like that. So that's pretty simple, but do mind your fingers, don't poke yourself. I'm going to pop that little bead on there like this. I'm going to take my little loop maker, which is the 1.5, pop that through there, and then just make a loop this end, like that. So then it's got to loop this end and a loop that end, and then we can just loop this on to here with another jump ring. Let's have a look. What size? I think I might just go for the bigger one actually. I'm not quite sure what sizes these are. But I'm just going to go for the bigger one. Pop that on. Pop that through. Pop this through. And then we can just do that up. Make sure they're together. Oh, look at just the cutest. I think they are just beautiful. And then what we can do, oh, here we go. We can just pop some of these together. Let's have, oh look, we've got a little bit of pearls on there. We can just loop a few of these on there, I think, those two. And then all as I put on this one, I've popped a little bulb pin, but I think I'll get some proper little sort of metal hangers. You can get the little hooks, can't you, for the Christmas tree. Little Christmas tree hooks. So to hang your decorations. So I'm just gonna pop this little one on there. Like that, squeeze that together. Make sure they're closed. When you open them up, twist them, don't pull them apart. Push it back. Don't pull them that way because you'll distort your little loop. And there we go. And that's, look at that. How gorgeous is that? Shall I come out a little bit now? There we go. It's a bit better, isn't it? So that's just beautiful. And that didn't take long at all. I'm going to turn it over. Now this is pretty dry. Can you see? It just moves a little bit, but it's pretty dry. Those weren't going anywhere while I was doing that, was it? I'm going to get my little diddy drawers over here, a little bulb pin, and just pop that on there for now. So I think these will be going onto my pin board if I've got room, because I have been using it a lot. I've been popping all sorts of bits and pieces on there. Look, so I've done this little bit at the back. I did the same again. I just went around here with my chain, which I will do again. But I'm loving the pink on here. A nice shabby pink, but again, you could, you know, whatever colour your tree is going to be, you can make this. I'm not going to go all the way around because I'm going to just cut that off in a minute. Oops. Oops, there we go. Right. Twist this. Open this up. Put that on there like that. Stick that down. Push these together just a little bit. Take my little pliers and just, what should we do? Just, oops, I've lost it now. Do you think that's enough? I think that's probably enough. Just move that down, add a little bit more glue onto there. Just go this way. Just sort of tuck that in like that. So does that look level? That looks pretty level, doesn't it? I think. I just wanted something on the back because as they sort of like turn round, don't they? They sort of spin round. You don't want it sort of plain on the back. We need a little bit of bling. A little bit of sparkle on the back, don't we? I think that's pretty good. What did I put on here? I put all sorts of bits on there. I won't go as elaborate as that, but I will put maybe a few of these bigger ones in. Let's see. Oops. See, I can't get the hang of these tweezers. I keep squeezing and letting go at the wrong times. There we go. See, I'm letting go. Push to let go. That's what I got to do. There we go. So I could put one there, one there. Let's turn that over. One up there. That fit. And then maybe we could just have one in the middle. There we go. That's what we should do. Let's take that out. Let's put the one in the middle first. Let's put blubber glue in there. Like that. Look, I'm going to get that stuck on there now. Let's take this one. Pop you. I've got glue on my tweezers now. Shouldn't really use these with glue like this. There we go. Take you off. Add a bit on there. There we go. Oh, slid in. It's quite nice because it's got like a little pokey thing to go inside. Be careful of the glue on your fingers though, because it's not the, it's a bit smelly, this glue. Look, I'm going to get all stuck everywhere. See how sticky it is? Although it doesn't dry, it sticks so well. It almost feels like it's got like a bit rubbery to me. There we go, pop that one in. Let's go over there, pop that one in. Do you guys work with beads? Do you like beads and bling and things like that? Or is it a bit too fiddly for you? Oh, look at that. Or do you find it quite fiddly? It is a fiddly thing to do, but the outcome is just fabulous. I just love it. There we go. I think that will be good. Let me just show you. Look at that. Just a few little bits. Maybe I'll go in there when that's dry and just add a few more little crystals. We shall see. But loving that. Right, I'm going to pop this to the side just so the back piece will just set just a little bit. And then I'm going to show you. Let's just wipe these off so I don't get glue stuck all over my new tweezers. I'm going to show you how to just do one of these. We'll just do one. And then this is one. I love this one. I think that's so pretty on there. But I also like the little bow on this one. We might have to make another little bow. Look, this one's got little flowers on. Let's just go higher, just so that you can have a look. Can you see? Just yummy. Going to use, I think I use a couple of my little roses. Look at this, there's a beautiful rose on there. That can go on the front. Couple of little ones either side. About the right size, I think. Maybe we'll go for a little darker one. So let's just put these out. And then we can use them if we need to. And then I'm going to just use my little diddy crystals as well. But again, let's put these over there. I need to, these have got like a little dome. This little bit is a little bit domey, that middle bit. So all as I did, got my pliers, just the flat ones, not the ones with ridges. And I've just sort of squeezed that down like that. So that's flat in there. And then just so that we can glue to that. Now this has already got little holes in, which is fabulous. But I'm going to pop another little hole just in that middle bit. Let's come in a little bit. Just in this bit. Now this will bend. These aren't that strong. They're quite bendy. But again, I'm going to just punch a little hole or push a little hole through that. Like that. But these just bend back again. I'm going to go through the back to the front. So we've got tiny little hole you can probably see just through there. Let's squeeze that because you don't want those little spiky metal bits poking out. So that's done. How lovely is that? So that's going to have a little dingly dangly in it. I'm going to take one of these little roses and just pop that right in the middle. Right, the thing that I was, before I go any further, say this is your page on your journal. The idea I was doing, because they do this anyway, aren't they? They're little page corners. But I was going to put these on just to embellish the pages, which I might do. I probably need to get some more. I'm not sure if I got any more. But, and then they just turned into dingly danglies, because, you know, I think everything I do seems to sort of turn into a bit of a dingly dangly of some sort. So let's just put a little blob of glue on here. Just like that. Don't need me tweezers, I'm just going to use my fingers. And there. Pop you on. Just make sure you don't cover that hole up, because we want to obviously dangle something from it. I've got these little ones here. Not these ones, these are different. They can go over there. So what shall we do? Let me just have a little look at this one that I did. Okay, so I put some crystals and some bits on, so maybe I will put these like this. Maybe we'll have it with just the red ones and not these ones. Then fill in the rest with a little bit of the little crystals. Pop a little bit of glue on there. Pop that on there. Pop you on there. Like that. So these look so pretty, don't they? And then we will have a little bit of glue in here. Let's move you down there. I'm going to actually put this bit of cardboard underneath, because I don't want glue on this little bit of foam. Not really. Oh, I think that's it. I'm going to take my little tool, my little pokey tool. Not my pokey tool, is it? That's just my little picker-upper. I can pop you in there. Pick these up. And we're going to stick down there. Let's just give it a little shake. Make sure they are facing the right way. Just move these about a little bit. Like that. Now I'm going to probably have a little bit of chain coming from these little holes. So I'm going to add just a little bit of glue. Just there. Take that off. Just like that. And this side. This does dry quite quickly. This is why I think it's sort of like a bit rubbery, because it sort of goes very sort of like rubbery, really. Okay. Pop you on there. Turn you over, that's one. Look at that. Love it. I'm not going to put too much on this one actually. Do you think one of these is going to be too big at the top? Yeah, I'm not going to, because I'm going to show you a different way. This way, on this one, I did a little bit of wire and just curled it around and glued it on. But the other one I did, I got 2 jump rings through the hole. Through the holes, I don't know whether you can see this. And then I attached a little jump ring through the 2 jump rings, like that. But actually, I'm kind of thinking I like this one a bit better. So let's get one of our little thingamajiggies, a little flat end. I don't have any with a little loop in it, not the antique colour. So I'm just going to chop that little end bit off, get my little loop maker, make a little loop like that, And then the other end, I'm going to take my little round nose of pliers and just make a little coil, really. Just take this and coil that up just a little bit more, and then bend that like that. So that's what you got. Doesn't have to be sort of perfect, but that's what we need for in a minute. So I'm going to just leave this one not too embellished. Pop a little bit of glue on the top, just like that. Oh, if I can get these in, there we go. Just going to use my fingers. Pop that on. Stick that down. Okay, lovely. Look at that. That's kind of pretty, isn't it? Let's move some of this stuff out of the way so I don't make a big mess. Right, now we are going to use a little bit more chain. This is BB Craft chain, or you can get it off Amazon as well. So I will pop some links down below. I did send one of you lovelies, I can't remember who it was now. I put a link to, I sent you from the email, and I put all the links down for jump rings and some wire for you. Now where's my little jump rings? I've got these jump rings now. Can never have too many jump rings. I'm going to take a couple of these out. And then I'm going to take my pliers. Am I a little bit too close, or is that okay? Pop that through. And just be careful picking this up. Although they're on there pretty well, we don't want them falling off. Now I want to go through that little hole like that and just twist that. Take it off our little rose. Don't fall off. I think that's too long. No. I'm just showing you how I put the chain on. But again, you don't have to use a chain. You can just use that as a little corner of your page. Gosh, our seagulls are very, very noisy outside. I'm not sure whether you can hear them. Like that. Oops. Close that up. Hold that. There we go. That's our little bit of chain attached. So again, you can dangle little bits off the chain as it goes round. But I'm going to pop a little jump ring through there, and we shall dingle dangle something down. What shall we have? I don't really have anything that's... Oh, that's got the brassy colour wire. Oh, that would look nice. That will look perfect. I think I need a bigger jump ring actually. There we go. If you're going to get jump rings, get the ones which has got a real variety of sizes in, because I think they are the best, because you never know which size you are going to use. Look, that one's just falling off. If you're going to do it, just, you know, take your time and make sure everything is dry. Pop that through there. Oops, can't see. Close that together. And there we go. Right, let's make sure you're glued on. There we go. Look at that. See that? Just a little dingle down. Dingle. Dingly dangly. Right, I'm going to turn it over actually. I'm going to turn this over like that. And the first thing I'm going to do, well actually I'm not, I'm going to wait and leave that because I'm going to find something to dangle down, because these are not the right colours unless we have, oh no, that's got a little thing on the end. No. Shall I show you how to do this one? Should I put that one on there? Oh no, I was going to do a bow, wasn't it? I'm going to just come back out again because I'm going to do, I've got my little bow maker. Actually, before I do my bow, I'm going to stick this little loop on there. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back, like that. Nice big blob actually. Pop your lid on. Take it around this side. I'm going to do it with my tweezers. Then I'm just going to drop that on. That's it. So we want to just pop that on just so the little loop is coming up over the top like that. And we will just leave that just to dry just a little bit for a second. Let's pop that over there. I think you might be dry. I'm going to get my little bow maker. I'm just going to do, where's the rest of that? Oh look, I do love this. I'm going to have to colour some more of this. Let's take that off. I'm going to go around like that, and then I'm going to go through the middle and around. I'm going to do a smaller bow on this one, underneath, over the top, and then I'm going to just tie a little knot like so. There we go. Tie that nice and tightly. Take it off, and then we have just a little sort of double bow like that. Whoopsie daisy, which is perfect. Where's my scissors? Let's just chop the ends, pop that little bit over there, and there we go. Lovely little double bow. Super simple. Now we need to pop that onto here. Again, I'm going to have to cut just this little end bit off like that, and we need to make a little loop in there. A little loop maker like that. Oops, didn't do that very well, did I? Didn't loop that very well at all. Let's just bend that round. There we go. There we go. And we will put on, what shall we put on this one? We can't have anything too big because it's not very long. So I'm going to just put these beautiful, look at these little beads, the little AB beads, and they are just beautiful. Now again, I'm going to take my awl. This one might be a little bit easier because it's actually got like a little bow bit there, little knot. So I'm going to start from the bottom. Just be careful, just squeeze the bow in between your fingers and just work your way through, gently pushing. Just be careful you don't stab at your fingers. If you go flat, you can feel it. There we go. Can you see? So it's just going through that. So just be very careful. Take your little bit of wire and pop it through that ready-made hole like that. So we've got a little bead at the bottom, your bow, and then another little bead through there like that. Oh, lovely, lovely. Where's my little looper? Let's hopefully get a better loop on this one. Just bend that back just slightly, just because they're glass beads. You don't want this hitting it because it will crack your bead. So look at that. Isn't that just lovely? Very, very simple. Let's turn you over. Like that. So it almost looks like a little coat hanger, doesn't it? So shall we just have that? Shall we have a little, I think that's probably enough. And I'm going to add a jump ring to this, I think. Just need a tiny, tiny one. Just a little itty bitty one. So that's going to have to go on the bottom, isn't it? Oops. The bottom one, because those are hanging down. Pick this up gently. Pop that on. Got to be careful because that's still wet. Take this. Not sure whether it's going to work because it's still a little bit wet on there. Pop that through our little loop. Through there. And just do that up. Lovely. Like that. Alright, I don't want to pull it because it will fall off. But that's lovely, isn't it? Shall we just come in just a little bit? Can you see how pretty that is? Probably easier actually to see it like this. There we go. I won't pick this one up, but again, like I said, you can hang something off this. You don't need a chain, you just adapt it to however you want. So this is just sort of like an idea. But I am just loving them. I just love them. I love anything that's dingly dangly, as you know. Like that, we have this beautiful one, and I believe these are pretty dry now. So I'm going to try and take a nice picture of these so you can actually see what they look like. I might just pop a few little more gems in there. This still moves a tiny, tiny bit. Going to quickly, what time? We've been about an hour, me gassing on and making. There we go, little bit of glue that side, little bit of glue that side, and I think I will probably get a little gem in there. Let's just do that quickly. Let me just wipe that on off your fingers. Do get a wet wipe or something while you're using this glue. Where's my little sparklies? Let's get some sparklies. Let's just come in just a little bit more. I don't want to make you sick by going in and out, but I would like you to see what I am doing. Let's give these a little wiggle. Oh, they've all come up upside down. There we go. Pop that in there. See, it's not going to go in. Take the other little one off. There we go. We will have, oh look, they're all upside down. There we are. Little one can go in there. Like that. Turn around this way. We will pop another one just in there like that, just so we've got a little bit of more bling in there. The more bling, the better. Okay, working right on top of this one, but there we go. So there we go, guys. These are just the prettiest, aren't they? So that's that one. I won't turn that one round because I don't want those to fall out. We have this one, and then look, you can see how it's tarnished, oops, in there, can't you? Which I just think they are just beautiful. I love them. So let's come back out again, and there we go. So there we go, guys. Please, please do give it a go. And if you've done it before, please send me some pictures because I'd love to see your version of it and see how you've done it. But I am loving it. I'm going to make this one. I'll take these out and then I will make this one. I'm going to probably get some more different colours, different shapes. I'll pop these in some vinegar and salt later. just to take that shiny off and make them look like this. But I am loving that. So there we go, guys. That's your Shabby Saturday. I was going to say Friday freebie. That is your Shabby Saturday for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I do love all my beads. I have got so many beads and bling and gems and stuff that it's really nice to actually use them. And I think to embellish these little corners, I think is a fab idea. So I'm going to embellish them and not have them as danglies if I can help it. But they are beautiful. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Have a amazing rest of the day. And I will see you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.